paint.
Freak in at shooting guard. Mirza Teletovic out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Clippers was simply superb. He finished with 33 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. He had a great game in all facets, and his coach called it a complete game of basketball. High praise to be sure, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
Curry against Conley. Curry dishes to Freak. And Teletovic kicks to Freak. Teletovic passes to Freak. This one for three. Gasol with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And that one's good. Freak.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Now here's Thornton. Defense is right there. Randolph a screen.
That's the ball.
Barnes grabs the miss.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Dishes it to Bogut. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Thornton. There's Freak. And it's all evened up. Freak's got 11.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number one.
Gasol, a screen on Curry. Conley into the lane. Green, the screen. Here's Thornton. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Thornton's got his second bucket.
I like the setup there. Green with a really rock-solid pick.
Here's Curry, and he gets it to go. Curry's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Has an update from the Warriors. And so it's a close game.
Guys, I'm here with Stephen Curry and
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him.
Freak's checked in for the Warriors. Warriors leading by 5. So on the 4 for Memphis. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. Thornton out there with Conley. And it's Gasol in at the center.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Curry against Conley. To the paint.
That's the wall.
And Randolph with the basket on the assist by Conley. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. Curry kicks to Green. To the paint. And finished off by Bogut.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside. And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
Shot clock at 6. And here's Thornton outside. Memphis the rebound.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Freak. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. In third, the Grizzlies.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Freak. 12 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Curry. Warriors leading by 10. Three-pointer, and it's Freak missing.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
They double him with Freak. The dish to Johnson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And again, Memphis no good. Golden State's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Here's Freak. Hits the three-point bomb. Freak's got 5 points now in the quarter.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 9 points a game last year. 9 rebounds and 6 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Impossible to guard right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Golden State. Warriors leading by 11. Here's Ezeli. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Last year's Warriors and where they ranked in the NBA. A chance to check that out now, Kevin. First in three-point shooting. First in points off turnovers. And they were ranked 3rd in team scoring. This team knows how to score the ball. Entertaining at the offensive end.
And boy, can this team light it up from the perimeter. That off-the-charts three-point percentage translates into a lot of blowout losses for their opponents. And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line. The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Now here's Freak, covered by Conley. And here's Freak, and that one is stuffed right through.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Just 5 to shoot. Johnson, wide open, he fires. From outside, off the mark.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Outside Conley. No good. And as we end the third. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been some changes for Golden State. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Freak subbed in for Steph Curry. Then for the Grizzlies, Johnson comes in for Marcus Thornton. And James Johnson is subbed in for Jody Meeks. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Freak in at the 1. That's the Warriors' 5. And the first one at the line is good. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Green. And Mike Conley subbed in for James Johnson. Warriors leading by 16.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Here's Freak, and he's good on the 3-ball. Freak's got 12 points here in the second half.
The shot quality is very good here, and they're making most of them this half.
Yeah, converting at a really high level. The field goal percentage continues to creep upward.
Randolph dishes to Conley. Count it from 12.
Crisp pass into the paint.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Green with a screen for Barnes. To the middle, here's Bogut, and he banks in the layup. And the Warriors lead by 19.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down. We've seen Andrew Bogut getting it done. He's got 11 points and a couple of great-looking rejections. So far, 2 blocks.
Yeah, you know, he's had a great feel for their ball movement down low and for where to be when the shot's going up.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Freak passes to Barnes. Here's Freak. Buries it from 3-point range. Freak's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Warriors.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal.
They're starting to feel it from deep. Let's tighten up our pressure on the perimeter and make those
In contest, even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
Now the feed to Gasol, and it's sent back by Bogut. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Watson in for Thompson. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. Johnson comes in for Zach Randolph. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And it's Lee in for Mike Conley. Johnson kicks to Johnson. And another miss by Memphis.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Lee dishes to Meeks. Screen by Lee. To the inside, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time, but it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of Game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in Game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was. Poor Freak. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
A 3-ball.
Good. Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute.